back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're here for the first time. In today's video, I will be showing you how I get my everyday makeup look. It is very beginner friendly, very easy and straight to the point. And if you're interested in seeing, keep watching. I always start off by moisturizing. I'm using the Sephora Super Matte Moisturizer. This is a great moisturizer for mattifying the areas that I need to be a little bit less juicy and hydrating the normal areas on my face. So ignore the fact that I need my nails done, okay? All right, I don't know if you noticed, but I definitely do. All right, well, ignore that, okay? Because they're gonna get done. Okay, so next I am going to prime my face with the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. Priming is super duper important, especially if you have a lot of textured areas or anything like that. Priming will get your canvas smooth for your makeup application. Okay, if you notice, my primer is a lot like my moisturizer in terms of how it looks and how it is going into my skin. Primers need to be skincare-esque simply because they are still a part of skin prep. You want your primer to work with your skin. So next is going to be my eyebrows. I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera, and that is simply because I fight with this process all the time. And I don't want to be fake and pretend that I just got this process down packed. Hey honey, it's still a struggle, but we getting there. So I'll be back. After my brows are done, I move on to my concealer. Now I do things a little different. I don't automatically go in with my foundation first. I actually do my concealing and contouring or whatever before I do my foundation. Okay, and to conceal, I will be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. This is an oldie but goodie. I'm using it in the color Caramel 144, and I'm gonna get that in under my eye. I forgot to mention, I also go down the bridge of my nose. I also get this big old forehead of mine. And I hit the areas that I want to just generally highlight. I am going to take my Real Techniques Beauty Blender and blend that on out. Okay, so now that I have applied my concealer, there is a little trick that I do. This trick really helps with the creasing around my mouth. I have, the laugh lines, and I really need help with making sure that those don't crease or ruin my makeup. So I got this technique from Jackie Aina here on YouTube. She has made plenty of videos on it. And it is just really just God's gift to the makeup world, okay? So the issue with why you may be experiencing a lot of creasing is because you are putting too much product. I was about to say liquid, but yeah, product in your problem areas. You may be thinking to yourself that that's a problem area, I want to cover it up more, and while that's true, it's technically not. Simply because the more product in that area, the more chance you have of that area creasing. So what you want to do is avoid having to put too much liquid or cream product on that particular area. So the best way to do that is make sure that your face already has a little bit of a colored base to it before you apply your foundation, and not just talking concealer, but a actual powder base, because powder does not move, cream moves. Powder stays exactly where you put it, honey. That's why you gotta blend it in. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the color, what color is this? Medium deep. It is the color 30, and it is a powder that is loose and close to my skin tone. Now, you do want the powder to be loose so that it's still not a heavy application, you can work a little better with a loose powder than you can a pressed powder. You're gonna then take a damp beauty blender. It doesn't have to be a huge one. I'm just using a huge one. Dip it into that powder. Like so, like that. And you're gonna put that on all of your problem areas, whatever gives you the most issues. Yeah, get that all in there. And again, this is to avoid having to slather this area with foundation. That powder has already given me like a base to work with. When it comes to my foundation, it's like giving me a little bit of color in that area, so that I don't have to slather it with that foundation, as I said. Okay, so next I'm gonna take my Real Techniques multitask brush. It's sort of like a more dense powder brush. And I'm gonna take my bronzer, which is the Milani All Over Glow XL bronzer, and I'm gonna contour with this. When I do my everyday look, I do not use a cream for contour. I just simply go in with a bronzer and fake that as my contour. Next step is optional. I just do it because since I had this kid, these bags under my eyes is real heavily packed. Okay, so I'm going to take a highlighter that is about 2 shades lighter than my skin. It is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color medium. I'm just going to dot under my eye and then get that blended out. I'm going to use a Morphe brush. The number is M173, sort of like a concealer blending under eye brush. And I'm gonna pat that in place and then do a little bit of spreading. Highlight color blended out, it is foundation tone. I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Stay in Place Double Wear Foundation. That is in the color Rich Caramel 5W2. This foundation is amazing. It's not too dry, it's not too juicy. It's like the perfect balance for my skin. So now that I have that foundation on the back of my hand warming up before I apply it, I'm going to take my Real Techniques buffing brush and get that slathered in this foundation and then get that on my face. Then I'm going to go back in with that damp beauty blender one more time and just press that foundation into my skin. Okay, so then I'm going to set my face. I am using the Lauder Mercier translucent setting powder in the color Translucent Honey, and I'm going in with my Real Techniques contour brush. This is a contour brush, but we don't follow rules, okay? We do what we want. Do what we want in makeup. So after I have let that setting powder sit for a few moments on my skin and gel and become one, I'm going to take my NARS Light Reflecting Pressed Setting Powder in the color Sunstone. So that's how it looks. So for my eyes, for my everyday look, I don't do much. It's really simple. I'm just going to take a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to go into my bronzer and put that just above the crease of my eye. And that is simply because I have this right here, okay? So that means I have to go a little bit above my crease. I did get that bronzer popped into my, well, the top of my crease. I'm gonna take a orange colored a orange colored blush, okay? And it is like a salmon color. And I'm gonna take a more dense, more compact blending brush and put that on my lid. Now the reason I'm using a blending brush and not a shadow brush is because I want the color to be there but not super duper noticeable. So I'm still gonna pat like I'm using an eyeshadow brush. So after I get that color applied, I am going to take that fluffy blending brush that I used to apply the bronzer, and I'm just gonna blend that out. And when I say blend, I mean more so like about the edges to make it seem a little bit more seamless. So finally, because I do not wear falsies, I don't know how to apply them. That is just not the gift that God placed on my life. I will be going in with the Maybelline Snap Mascara mascara and just extending these lashes the best way I know how. I'm going to set my face with a setting spray. I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is also a great resource for limiting your creasing in your makeup routine as well. If you do not have a setting spray, I highly suggest getting one, okay? Well guys, that is it. That is pretty much all I do to get my everyday makeup look. I did apply some lip gloss. It is the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. That's a tongue twister. But besides applying some lip gloss, that is literally all that I do. Simple, straight to the point, okay? We got stuff to do over here. I'm a mama. But anyway, that is it. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next one. You better be here too. Bye, guys.